What is up, y'all? This is Terry Bates coming back to you again with another YouTube video. Today we're going to focus on tracing a design that has white in it because sometimes the color white is hard to trace. So we're going to focus on that, how to trace it and separate it, and then prepare it for cutting for vinyl. So let's get started.
Okay, so we're going to start by opening the file that we're going to use, and this is going to be just a clip art of Santa Claus. And I use this because it has a lot of white in it, and we want to see the difficulties of tracing clip art with white in it because it's not a color that you can see very well. So I'm just making it bigger here. So we're going to go over to our trace, which it looks like a little slice of bread to me. But that is your trace panel over to your right hand side. I'm just going to give you a minute here to get caught up. To open your file and find your trace button over there to the right. Looks like a piece of bread. Okay, clicking on that, and we're going to click select trace area. And we're just going to select the whole Mr. Santa Claus here. And it should turn yellow once it starts detecting what it's going to trace from what you selected. So we're going to go ahead and click trace just to see what we get. But to see the threshold there, you can adjust that to make it the yellow. It will expand. It'll become a little bit more sensitive to the yellow. But we're going to go ahead and trace to see what we have so far. And sometimes it'll take a while, depending on how fast or slow your computer is. I'm trying to figure out, did it take or not? Okay, there it goes. Alright, so it traced it. Now you can move your original over, and there you can see exactly what the system traced. And I'm going to go ahead and change this to any color. Doesn't matter, but I just want you to be able to see very well like what it traced. And I'm just right clicking here. I'm going to click on release compound path. And here it releases all the compound paths, so you can basically pull different pieces out of it and separate them. See, you can pull all these different pieces out, and you can delete what you need and keep what you want. So we're going to delete that because we don't need that. I'm going to keep this piece right here. Going to bring the original back to the center. We're going to click here. This is trace by color because we want to get those specifics in the middle, like his face. So we're going to click there. It tells it to trace by that color, and we're going to address the tolerance here a little bit because you can see the little speckles there, and now they're gone. It's a solid trace. So we're going to trace that. Move the original to the side, and you can see it traces face. Everything that was brown, it traced. Alright. We're going to go ahead and turn it brown. We're going to use the dropper to pick the color of his face because we want these to look exactly the same so you can make a good comparison to what you traced in the original. We're going to go back trace by color again. And we're going to choose this red hat this time. Trace, and we're going to adjust the tolerance again Get rid of those little speckles. Make sure it's a solid yellow because we don't want all these little cuts there. Trace that and move the original, and there we have the red hat. Gonna go ahead and turn that red. Move that over. And bring the original back, and we have his tongue left there. Little small piece that we need to trace. That should go pretty easy. I'm sorry, my battery is running low. Thought I had this thing plugged up. Give me just a second. I'm going to pause here to plug in my PC so I won't lose you guys. Alright, we're back. So we're going to trace by color. I'm going to go ahead and trace the black outline because I did forget to trace that. And we're going to adjust the tolerance here. See, the yellow lines are still kind of thin, so I'm going to adjust it so to make sure I have like solid black lines. So because you don't want any too many broken pieces of vinyl when you're trying to cut. So trace that, and then that should give us the outline. Move the original to the side, and that gives us the outline. And we can go ahead and turn that black. Gonna click that. We want to turn this white. I'm sorry. Yeah, click that. Turn this white. I'll turn the outline white. I'm keeping it over here on the gray so that we can actually see, because you put it in the middle on the white, you can't see. So I'm going to line the outline up over the white. Going to bring the hat in. And the face. See how everything is lining up. Going to bring the original over here. I forgot to trace his tongue. That's what I was doing before my battery died here. Alright, we're going to trace the tongue. Move the original to the side, and there's the tongue. Going to use the dropper again to get the color from the original picture. And move the tongue in and place that. Now if we move the original over, I'm going to use the dropper to make sure I get the same red on the hat, just for comparing purposes. And as you can see that they look alike. And you have all these cuts to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cuts to put this guy back together on the heat press to make in the whole picture. Now with this, it's gonna be kind of thick because you're gonna have the whole white layer, and then you're gonna have all these layers on top of that. So your shirt is gonna feel kind of thick. Now I'm gonna show you another way to decrease the thickness of it. Okay, so I want to show you how to take away the thickness. So basically you have this white layer, and then you have the red and the brown and the color of the tongue laying on top of the white. But if you cut holes in the whites for the red, the brown, and the color of the tongue to fit, then you still, just have one layer of vinyl and not vinyl on top of vinyl. So, looking at the same picture we just did, we're going to remove the white from behind there for a moment. And then we're just going to select everything else, and we're going to group it together. So let's group together. This is very simple. So now we're going to take the white and put it back behind it. Make sure it's lined up. Everything has to be lined up the way you want it. We're going to go over here and click on modify button over here, and you're going to say subtract. So you got to have everything selected and click subtract all. Now look, when you move the man out, it subtracted the red and the white and the black outline from the white. So now you can put, you'll be able to weed it out of the white and put the brown in the place of it, and you won't have this solid white on the back. Just, and so when you put it back together, you see it still looks the same. You just won't have those double layers. And again, here's the original, and as you can see, it pretty much looks the same as the original.
Well, I hope that tutorial was helpful. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. Once again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You can find me at agodgiventalent.com or on Facebook under Terria, on Instagram under Terria, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.